This is what my original PlayStation username used to be before I changed it.
Mm.
Uh, cool. So we're live now. Hello.
Hello.
Session 50. Let's do a recap of 49. Not so nice, almost. The last session, you had a little bit of a brawl with Isaac and a couple of guards after fighting some vampires. It's been an eventful day. You managed to kill one of the guards and then saw Isaac and the other guard flee. Alex invisibly followed them while the others ran toward the church through some back alleys. Isaac headed to the town center, so Alex just continued toward the church and you all joined up there. You went into the church where you saw some townsfolk in prayer and Lucian, the priest behind the altar. Irina went up to him to talk while Alexander went into a side room to poop or to cast ritually illusory script. A hooded figure took her chance and attacked Irina as she was talking with Lucian, revealing herself to be Anastasia, one of Strahd's consorts. And that initiated a fight. You fought her alongside the priest while the townsfolk started to flee. And eventually Irina got knocked down and killed. At that point, Anastasia said nothing personal or something like that, and started to run away. But everyone except Alex followed, and Ronan cast a command, commanding her to come back, and so she did. And then Ronan turned into a T-Rex by Variac, and Anastasia finally fell to a dagger in the neck by Etri. You had a moment of sadness with Irina dying. Alex cast gentle repose on her body, and Variac informed that he could cast resurrection spells but needed the diamond to do so. Alex went on a shopping run, sold the half plate, and learned about a Fletcher among the Dusk Elves at the Vistani camp. And then Alex and Ronan deciphered the next chapter in the Tome of Strahd, and that is where we ended the last session. So, as you decipher the next chapter in the book, the familiar mist emerges out of this book and envelops you all, and I suppose maybe not familiar for Variac, but a regal man meets you in this mist and speaks. He says, "At my advisor's behest, I called for my remaining family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle I built for them. From this plea came a young brother of mine, Sergei, nearly grown. I had never known him." As you are transported and you find yourselves standing on either sides of a high-back wooden throne atop a marble dais. Strahd, this man in a more living visage, slightly younger, donning a scarlet red tunic with glimmering gold clasps and a black cape flowing over his shoulders, sits in the throne. A hall extends 30 feet ahead. Various guards and well-adorned nobility form an aisle, and the crowd is abuzz with hushed voices, and the attending crowd is illuminated by a towering stained glass window in the far corner depicting a cerulean and gold sunrise. As you are in this moment, what do you wish to do? So you hear the hushed voices around the crowd.
Well, I'm assuming we're like waiting for this guy to make a speech or something, so I'm not really doing anything.
Well, I would look across the way at Variac and just like stare him down and just lift a hand up to my mouth and like shush him. Not that he's doing anything bad, just stay quiet, man.
I have the look of an annoyed Goliath who was just awoken from a nice nap.
Sucks.
Yeah. Do you all stand in silence as the people are quietly chatting amongst each other?
Yes. If I recall correctly, we are at least somewhat tangible in these visions in the book. So
yes, you have fought some people in it, and it seemed quite real.
So it is not exactly worth it for me to just trundle off into that doorway.
I mean, yeah, it's up to you.
It could be.
Scanning the faces that are here, do I recognize anybody outside of this face?
Looking around, you recognize this person isn't in the suit of armor per se, but I don't have a second token for her. You would recognize her as the woman in the war tent when you were planning on attacking Argen Vostolt, if you recall. It's been a while.
That was like our first dream, right?
Yeah, that's the second vision. And then in the one where I suppose Mackenzie wasn't here, you were at the front of Castle Ravenloft, in which also this woman was alongside this priestly looking figure as well as this man. And in that you mostly only heard about an attempt on Strahd's life by a Balverzi assassin, or someone carrying a Balverzi assassin's dagger without the skill set of one.
That is right. That's right.
Yeah. So those three individuals are ones that you do recognize.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure. All right. Well, as you stand there in silence, you wait for a moment, and you hear a fanfare of trumpets coming from the other side of the hallway as the murmurs quiet down, and you see this procession of marching footsteps as a beautiful man with wavy black hair, kind eyes, and a warming smile, leading a group of a dozen people, I don't have the tokens for them, into the chamber. He approaches boldly, confidently, draped in the familiar robes of the Morning Lord. A gilded, radiant sword rests at his hip, at the hilt of the weapons so finely crafted that one could not be faulted for believing it was made of pure light. He drops to a knee before the throne as you see the elf Rahadin near the throne and turn to the group looking at this, and he speaks. Welcome, Sergei von Sarovich, second son of King Barov and Queen Ravenovia, awakened son of the Morning Lord, to our castle Ravenloft. The keep's splendors and comforts are yours. You see Sergei rises to his feet. Strahd rises in turn and steps down the marble dais. Standing half a foot taller than his younger brother. He reaches to shake his guest's hand, but as their forearms meet, Sergei pulls his brother in for a hug. Strahd steps back and pronounces loud enough for the room to hear, "It is good to have you, brother. Come, let us celebrate." And at that you hear the crowd erupt in cheers. What do you all do? Oh yeah. Got us some Colin Farrell Strahd here.
A little bit.
Rowan
I'm
is
curious.
still up, like, watching.
I'm curious what's behind their eyes. I think I'd like to get a read on Sergei, but I'm going to get a read on Strahd first, at least.
Sure, make an insight check.
I can certainly try.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that was almost a one.
Not bad.
You look the younger brother Sergei. You see is doesn't seem to have any. Is a bit nervous, but a happy happiness is on his face. Whilst you see Strahd, while they hugged, is visibly uncomfortable by that.
All right.
But as you notice that the rays of light shine through the window and kind of overtake, making you all blind for but a moment. And as you get your vision back, you instead feel a gentle breeze brush your cheek as the earthy smell of fresh grass brings spring and summer warmth to your soul. The embrace of the sun wraps around you, but your serene focus is broken by raucous cheering. You see 3 sets of tiered benches have been constructed around a ring of dirt, and 2 guests currently stand at its center in studded armor and with their weapons drawn. 40 feet ahead of you are 2 wrought iron gates that lead to an overlook. Even from this distance, you can see the snow caps of far-off mountain ranges to the east. As you see these 2 guests battling it out amongst themselves.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Oh, you don't see anything at all?
Nope, I only see Variax
Yep, no light source.
Oh, is that so? Does that help?
Ooh,
Yes.
yes.
Tons.
Okay.
Tons.
Alright, sorry, I didn't realize that. There we go. Okay.
Game is also paused.
Oh, it is, yeah, sorry.
Yay.
Okay, yeah.
Freedom.
So you say
Mhm.
both of these people have some armor on, right?
Yeah, and are currently fighting each other.
Does the armor have any signs that would... I forgot what they're called, sigils or something? That would hint to like what organization
Insignia?
they're part of or something? Yeah, insignias.
Sure. You may see a familiar raven insignia that is on the cover of the book.
Okay.
On the armors.
On both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
But as you sit and watch this this fight, you see that one finally finds a hit that knocks the other one to the ground, and Rahadin steps up and announces, and our victor, Nikolai Vakter. Good job. As the 2 step to sit again at the benches, and Rahadin then says, the next round of combat will be announced shortly. You can come to me if you wish to sign up for it. And then he walks back to sit at his bench.
Does anyone want to sign up for that?
Alexander looks directly at Etri.
Okay, I'm not going to kill anyone.
You can't kill anyone. This is a dream.
I'd like to think of it as an influenced vision.
Then think of it as practice makes perfect.
I mean, there's some good points.
For once, Dad got bossed around.
Peer pressure.
I am the bratty teen who definitely knows what they're doing.
Yes.
Dad, you need to do this. Dad, you need to do this.
Fine.
If it shuts you up, then I'll do it. Alright, so you walk up to Rahadin.
Excuse me, Rahadin.
Says, yes, are you signing up for a fight? Who are you challenging?
Well, you have many distinguished guests.
Yes.
Strahd himself.
What weapons are viable for these skirmishes?
Says, no restrictions as long as you make sure that your adversary is not mortally wounded.
Right. And
we do have
with that,
our clerics to ensure that injuries are taken care of, though, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, after that mortally wounded, which I don't know if they overheard, but I feel like at least one of them has a perception good enough to hear that. I just kind of side-eye back at them.
You mean to your group?
Yeah.
Sure.
There's the tiniest little shrug from Alexander. Like, I know that you can do this. It's fine.
All right. Who would be willing to take this spar?
He says, I doubt anyone would refuse your challenge. Now, that would be outright rude, now, wouldn't it?
So, does everyone here look like a combatant? Because I feel like some of them do not look like combatants.
Well, yeah, no, it's they're not clad to be fighting necessarily.
Of course, but like skill level wise, some of them just.
I guess making, let's say, would it be insight? I guess so. To get a feeling of who looks like they could have a fight. All right. Looking about the two ones that you saw fight first, they were not really much of a fighter. Eyeing out the three here, these would definitely give a good fight. Sergei back here is possibly also a viable combatant. Otherwise, you can't see anyone else who really screams big fight. Except, I mean, Strahd, you imagine, is probably...
Right. So my three options to call out right now are Chris Hemsworth, Sergei, or Strahd.
Or this one.
Or Ronan.
Or Ronan.
Yes. That is also...
You could test out your theory of one-shotting.
Well, he's actually gaining hit points right now.
They got clerics on the standby to save me.
From non-mortal wounds, perhaps.
I would like to face Sergei. I believe.
He gives a nod and he gives Sergei a look and says, Sergei, you have been challenged by this person here. And Sergei kind of eyes you up and down and gives a nod and steps through the benches and comes forth and says, very well, let us battle, as he unsheathes his sword and
as well, I unsheath my dagger and I hold up a hand.
Yeah. Well, as you start this off, I guess let's roll for initiative.
Does round one consist of handshake?
Sure, you shake hands.
Oh yeah, that's how you start a fight. So I have a cheeky question. I just realized
Sure.
I really can't do what I wanted to do because I'm
Okay.
out of bardic inspiration. So I'm
Oh,
really
snap.
pissed off at myself about that.
Uh-huh.
But can we also get in rotation as players in case we want to do something to help Etri win?
Sure. I'll add you all. Let's all roll for initiative, and then.
Can I refrain?
Oh, sure, you can refrain from. So I roll for you accidentally.
I give all of you as much permission as you need to refrain.
Is it just knocking them to the ground or something?
You don't know.
Okay.
Okay. And Alexander, if you want to roll for initiative.
Did it not roll?
I cannot see it.
That's very strange.
Yeah.
Let me try again. Okay. Beep.
For this fight, it appears that Sergei uses a maul instead of the sword, perhaps to be kind. But you are first to act, Etri.
All right. Well, we shake hands, and
I suppose
probably are
well
looking at each other, assessing the other. And I, seeing as it doesn't exactly look like movement is a huge issue, am going to size up and strike at his main arm, at least for flavor.
Sure. Okay.
Oh shit!
You start off. You start off big. Okay.
Come on, Ronan. Get in the ring.
No problem.
The 13 and the 10 is gone, so minus
Yeah, ignore
23. So 30, 38.
You do have a
And
you
then
have
you
a
can
one.
re-roll a one of the d6s as a one.
So 37 plus
39.
39.
All right.
So that arm,
39.
just slash right across it.
Yeah. You
I guess technically pierce, but whatever.
Sure. You for the flavor, you slash him on his arm, and you get a surprised look from him as you are quite formidable, apparently. And that's your turn. Though he appears to be a tough opponent, because he's not done.
Good.
Does Alexander want to provide with anything here?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm biding my time.
He is taking his then. Starting off with an attack with the maul. For a 14 to hit.
I back up just in time.
Yeah. Second attack is a 17 to hit
That will
for 15 damage.
round up or down?
Round down.
Round down. Okay, so 7.
7. Yeah. Okay. Does Variac or Ronan want to provide any assistance?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be doing anything during this entire combat.
Okay, sure.
So
You can probably get rid of them from initiative.
yeah, that's what I'm implying here.
Okay, well, Etri, it
I
is your
actually
turn.
think you can get rid of me because there's really if they have healers on site, I don't have anything like subtle spell or anything that I can do for to help. I just wanted to be in there for bardic inspiration, and I checked and I don't have any.
Yeah, so...
Alright.
I guess when Etri gets knocked to the ground, he might...
We're like, nope.
Do it. Okay,
Yeah, go
so
again.
we had dominant arm. We'll go across to the non-dominant leg.
Okay. With a hit for
3 and a
there's a 2
2.
among the d6s, yeah.
Okay,
So currently 24,
22
22.
plus
Okay. So
5, 27.
All right. With that, you bloody Sergey. As he takes his turn, and you see some a look on him as he hold on, let me see here. He touches his holy symbol and casts a healing word on himself. So that's what is that? +3. Okay. Wow. All right. So he regains 4 hit points, and then he takes his 2 attacks against you. For a 15, which misses, though he is going to use his guided strike to give that a +10.
I'll take it.
So it's a 13 damage.
I'll take that 13 in full.
Okay. And then he does a 20 to hit for a 10 damage. You want to reduce that to 5?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. And it is back to you.
I do give him a look as if to say, we can end this if you like. But I will take my round. And
he has some blood on him, and he says, "It's all right. It's a good fight."
glad you think so too. And I will take a swipe across his chest.
Okay.
Jesus.
For a hit. And
1 and not a lot of low die for that. So
no, it is not.
22 plus
So
3.
25. Okay. All right, and then he takes his turn and is going to now do a 4th level cure wounds, or healing word rather.
Do it.
Regaining 16. All right, still bloodied.
Nice.
And then takes.
That's almost max. Wow.
Yeah, and then takes his mace, attacking twice, missing you. Now as he's looking hurt, his vision seems to be blurred a bit as he misses you. You've learned his pattern of attacking as you can get your chance to retaliate.
That I do. I don't want to stab into him because that just seems a little much for a spar. So I'll take a swipe across his gut. Ooh, maybe that misses.
16 does miss. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He is. I suppose when one gets challenged, there is a moment when they get into their gear, and he is in full plate now.
Yes.
So then he takes his turn, and says, "I have also learned your method of attacking," as he then attacks you in quick succession twice, once hitting you, the other time missing.
Right, I will take that 3.
All right. I suppose he'll do a second, 4th level cure or healing word, because he can, and he's hurt. And then it is your turn.
All right. I appreciate his ferocity, and I will go for a stab this time.
Mm-hmm. That stab hits. Currently 25.
23 plus
24.
24.
Right.
That's fair. I do
Alright.
that.
Yeah, that's fair. He then retaliates with his maul twice, missing both times. Or no, actually, just
Hitting both times.
Hitting both times, yeah. For 12 and an 8.
Seeing as he is formidable at this point, I would have gone for the first one regardless of damage.
Sure. So it's 14 damage.
6
total.
and 8, 14.
Yeah. And now both combatants are bloodied, as he strikes you twice, seeing how it hurts, and then he nods, seeing how you're hurt, and casts Mass Cure Wounds, healing the both of you. So he heals both for 23. And he says, I think that is good enough. I surrender. You're quite formidable. Thank you for the fight.
Thank you for the fight.
And the crowd erupts in cheers as Rahadin steps in and says, very good. I congratulate you for your victory against the son of the Lord of the Land. Very well fought. As Sergei bows and takes his seat, and Rahadin goes back to his seat, and you can see that after the fight, some nearby healers come and heal the both of you, so you can get back to full hit points, as well as Sergei. And as a moment goes by, I suppose this music is way too intense right now. As a moment goes by, you see Strahd from his throne viewing this fight, says, very well fought indeed, brother. I would like a turn against you myself. and you see Sergei, after being healed up again, turn and say, "Of course, brother. Let us dance." As he steps back onto the battle or onto the floor, as Strahd unsheathes his sword as well, and the two challenge each other for a fight. And you standing right on the blood of the of the previous combatants. You witness as the two start battling with the sword. Sergei's sword flies down, nearly chopping Strahd in half from the crown, but the Lord raises his sword in time to leave an inch's gap between steel and skull. Sergei dips back, narrowly evading his brother's red, black, and gold parrying dagger. He props up, tossing his own parrying dagger into a reverse grip and tilting his short sword, not like a noble in a duel, but a teenager in a street brawl. Strahd's eyes survey Sergei's sloppy stance, and in a flurry of black cloth he dives to an opening on his left before feigning right with the ritual dagger. The young von Zarevich stumbles but manages to catch his brother's arm, batting the dagger away just as the point scratches his armor. Back on his feet, Sergei brings his blade around in broad sweep across his body and spins frantically toward his target. Strahd parries the obvious attack with ease, but the dervish twirl masks the dagger that nearly finds the elder's throat. Strahd moves into a whirling blade like a dancer twirling in tandem with a partner, pulling his neck back enough to avoid the fine steel edge and forcing his brother to overstep. He stands swiftly upright, his blade held straight, the point pressed gently to the base of Sergei's skull as they lower their weapons and bow. The crowd erupts as they look out over the people. Sergei waves enthusiastically. An enormous smile is plastered on his exuberant face, and hardly a drop of sweat breaks on his forehead. Strahd, drenched in sweat, blots his face with a black handkerchief and waves out of obligation. His penetrating eyes snap briefly in his brother's direction, cutting more harshly than his longsword ever could. As the scene once again dissipates and you all again find yourselves in the church with that well-detailed description of the fight. And you are all around the book that was deciphered. And now the text appears in the book describing this arrival of Strahd's brother to the castle and the ceremonial dueling in the courtyard, or rather in the what's it called? In the back of the castle. And now you are able to cast mage armor once per day as a ritual through the book.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright, cool.
And did you say I could learn spells from the book?
No, it holds. Each chapter has a spell put in as a ritual that you can cast once per day.
But could I copy a spell from that book into my book?
No, it's not written in a in that way. It's unfortunately you cannot.
Okay.
Cool. Now that we're out of that, I go to the furthest away pew and begin going back to sleep.
Yeah, Ronan
that.
also needs to sleep.
Yeah, Alexander will take this pew and go to sleep.
Sure. And I've if you update your D&D Beyond, I've changed the book to the new one.
Sweet.
So you have mage armor as well. Okay. Well, you all take a night's rest. Anyone or does Etri want to do anything? Everyone else claimed to be sleeping.
No, thank you.
Okay, so you all take a pew or a place to rest in, and find a night's slumber.
Oh, thank God.
Not
Running-
gonna die
Running on
today.
fumes.
Yeah.
I know the answer's probably a no, but I'd be a bad D&D player if I didn't ask. Level?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately not. But during the night, Ronan finds himself in the meadow again, where you see the woman you've met now a few times.
Shami Bray, I think, right? Her
Yeah.
name?
That's the one.
Yeah.
And she sees you and says, I think we should work on this, you becoming the burgomaster a bit more.
Well, I mean, it seems to be like a backup plan right now.
Why, though?
Well, because we think that this Rudolph guy, he might be the best option of getting home and becoming friends with Strahd. If that doesn't work, then I become burgomaster and gather an army.
Says, I highly doubt that Strahd will let you go. He's not that kind of a person. This is really the only option. He's not gonna go just willingly let you out.
Well, it's not like us returning Rudolph will hurt my chances of burgomaster, right?
Well, maybe this Rudolph could help you overtake the castle. So it could help you. If he's indeed working on a way to kill Strahd, doesn't that mean he should be an ally of yours to accomplish just that?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So, find him, become the burgomaster of Vallaki, rally the people, go to Ravenloft and
Okay, wait,
win.
hold on. Really, stupid idea here. But we just gotta ask it for security, and now you know the deal. This Rudolph guy can change faces. First off, you're not Rudolph, right?
No.
No. Yeah, no. Of course not.
Really? You thought I was...
No.
Do I look like a Rudolph to you?
But listen, I don't know what Rudolph looks like. He changes faces. No
Sure.
offense was intended. It's just a simple question. Second off, would you know where this Rudolph guy is? I mean, you know that he's planning on killing Strahd and all.
Says, no.
No.
I haven't heard.
Okay.
But if you find him, sounds like a good help in
Honestly, yeah. I would need to
taking
talk
the
to
castle.
the others with it. But,
Well,
I mean, do you have like a foolproof plan thought up for me becoming the burgomaster?
I mean, just look at you, charming man. You're made to be that part.
I know, but you know, sometimes not everyone sees my greatness and amazingness. So it's like, it's not completely sure.
She says, well, I have gifted you with the ability to persuade someone, perhaps, into getting more on your side.
It's true, but I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know if one person for 1 hour will do much. Unless that person is real special, but
Exactly.
even if he is, it's only 1 hour.
Well,
You see the problem here?
they've spoken words to the people and convinced them. If you're not able to, then find someone who's in a position where they could. And
You have a person in mind?
well,
Who do the people respect the most?
that's a good place to start looking. Perhaps you should ask them.
Perhaps. I'm trying to make some progress. I have tried. Don't take my lack of progress for not trying. I got the approval of some party members. Like, we're getting somewhere.
All right.
Yeah. It's going well.
Great. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Well,
Then your vision fades to a dreamless night as you are. A dreamless night.
ooh, that's nice.
And as you wake up in the morning, you have not felt this good in such a long time. You have,
What?
Shamyang Ray saved me. It's all her.
you have successfully withdrawn from your.
Woo!
This is when Ronan takes levels in cleric.
Honestly, hold on.
There is a god. You know that
Shamyang
now.
Ray has saved me from this dreadful drug shit. Of course, I gotta praise her. I will take levels in cleric, goddammit.
I think that fits, and you're gonna love your spell list, my dude.
Yeah.
Or is it warlock?
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
No, but you wake up in the morning and you have no negative effects anymore.
Ooh. Oh my god. This is amazing. I get +8 max HP, +1 proficiency bonus, and I actually have normal rolls on attack rolls and dex saves now.
Yep.
Oh
And
my
food doesn't
God.
taste like ash.
And food doesn't taste like ash. This is amazing.
And you can all mark a long rest on your character sheets, and you all see
I think
a happy
we
Ronin.
need to level up so I can get my level in Warlock.
Do you have the charisma to do Warlock?
I have a 17 charisma.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
I'm pretty charismatic.
That's amazing.
yeah. That was the whole thing where his charisma is more like pity. People take on him.
Pity charisma.
Like, oh,
I'm very
he
good.
means well.
at drawing pity. Oh, maybe.
But yeah, as you wake up in the morning, what do you all wish to do?
Okay.
You can probably see Lucian and Jeska trying to clean the mess of the night.
So I sort of want to talk to everyone. I gather them in a group. So I had a great idea last night. Wonderful idea. By the way, I'm feeling fantastic. I don't know if you guys can tell. Oh,
I can see
it's
that.
been a long time since I felt this good. But anyways, this Rudolph guy, like, he's trying to kill Strahd. And based on everything we know about Strahd, if we turn this Rudolph guy in, he's probably not gonna send us back home, even if we do him this favor.
Oh yeah, we're
here's-
saving Rudolph.
As in not giving him to Strahd.
As in using him as a tool against Strahd.
Yes, I think that's a wonderful idea. It's like you read my mind, Etri.
Well, I hate to say this, Ronan, but great minds think alike.
Ah, you made my day, Etri.
Seems like kicking your addiction made your day as well.
Oh, I'm feeling so good. I can do anything right now.
Good. What else were you saying? I'm sorry.
I just thought we shouldn't give Rudolph to Strahd. That's pretty much it. Also, nah, well, never mind.
What?
Nah, don't worry about it. Let's go adventuring.
Whenever you say something like that, I find myself worrying.
Nah. Don't worry.
Yes.
It's
Run
not-
with
A little worry.
I just want some breakfast because, like, I'm feeling really good. I want to see if food doesn't taste like ash anymore, you know. But it's okay if we don't get breakfast. That's fine. That's it.
If you all would like to get breakfast, I am going to stay outside of the gates. You can bring me something.
Okay. I think we deserve a nice breakfast.
Lucian, would you mind escorting me out of the gates? I don't really trust them.
He, in the middle of cleaning some blood off the ground, looks up at you and says, "Sure, I can do that for you. He gets up and starts walking you out of the church.
I appreciate it.
And
inventory. I will leave behind like 10 coppers should be more than a sizable meal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I will leave that with the group.
All right. What does the group do once Etri leaves for?
Do we know of any like really good eating places? Fancy restaurants?
You've been to the tavern. They have
Yeah.
food. Otherwise, no.
You guys want to go to a tavern? We can bring something back for Etri. Have a nice morning.
I could eat.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, that sounds good.
Make our way to the tavern, baby.
Okay. Sure thing. You, Father Lucian walks you to the gates, and you walk out of the town without any issue, whilst the others head to the tavern. And you see there that there are a couple of people sitting and hanging around, but Danica is behind the counter, notices you arrive, and says, yes, welcome, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you care for some food?
I know I would. Oh, what do you guys have?
She says, well, we have a simple stew that you could have, I suppose, porridge and eggs for some breakfast. You can have that for a 5 copper per meal.
Yeah, porridge and eggs sound great for me.
Is everyone taking that?
Yeah, sounds fine to me.
And because he's in such a good mood, I think Ronan's buying for us.
Yep.
You know what? I will. Sure. Why not?
All right.
And then we're getting for Etri too.
Okay. And Danica kind of calls out into the kitchen and says, darling, why don't you make 4 meals for our guests? You can hear a voice from within say, coming. And you are served 4 meals for 2 silver pieces. And I suppose one of them you are taking a doggy bag for. I don't know. They
Yeah.
But as you are you leaving immediately or eating at the tavern?
I'm taking a seat.
Yeah, if
We're having
we
breakfast.
sit down, I want to talk to the lady first privately. So I'll be like
Okay.
waiting over there while they go sit down.
I
Sure.
would actually take mine to go and take Etri's, and I would just tell the group that I'm gonna take this out to Etri. He and I will eat out there, and wait for you guys. And we'll see you guys when we're ready to go.
Okay.
And then I will bid goodbye and start out. I am eyeing for any sort of anybody that looks like they may or may not know where I could find a diamond worth 500 gold, because I have 10 days to bring Irina back. That is Alexander's goal. He's not losing another person.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. You walk down the street. I suppose roll me a D100, and let's say that you have a 1 to 30, and you find someone that could look like a person. Okay. You walk toward where Etri left, and you see some common folk walking around, minding their business, and then you see this couple who appear to be in finer clothing, some upper class people, nobility, perhaps, possibly, who are just walking down the street. That's ones that you may believe to have some valuables, though what that may be is of course questionable.
Okay. I'd like to essentially like memorize what their faces look like and then continue on my way out.
Okay.
Be like, sure. I will rob you later.
Okay. Yeah. They walk from where you're going and towards you and past you, and you can see that they take a turn to the left down another road as you walk past them. And at the tavern, Danica sees you stay at the counter, Ronan, and she says, "You have big plans?"
Yeah. No, that doesn't matter. So, could you tell me, like, does this town, city, village, what is this place? Barovia, right?
Valaki, yes.
Valaki. Anyways, does this place have, like, any, I don't know, some heroes that the people of this place, like, really look up to?
Heroes that this place looks up to? Interesting question. There aren't really many heroes in Barovia.
Or how about, like, maybe a politician that most people like?
Well, the Baron is, of course, someone that has everyone's respect. But there are other noble folk in town. I do not know that anyone is particularly liked amongst the people. But then again, I'm not really very versed on those aspects. Many of them do not come to this tavern.
How? Okay. Well, at least, like, try to tell me this. How's the Church of the Morning Lord seen as here? Is it a place a lot of people go to?
Oh, yes, it is a very... I suppose Father Lucian would be a kind of a hero in some sense. Many people rely on his services and find him to be a pleasing figure to be around.
And a lot of people, like, they would listen to him, right?
Yes, I could. They do indeed.
But other than that, guy, it's pretty much just like the Baron, you think?
Right, yes. There is some turmoil now that a horrible accident occurred with the Wachter family. They had quite the renown in town, but besides them, I don't know that anything specifically, any particular family has renown in town.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help, I think that's about it for now.
Oh, sure. Well, good luck with whatever you're doing, and hope the breakfast is good.
My name is Ronan, by the way, if it ever comes up. Just saying.
I'll keep that in mind if I need it. Thank you.
Okay. I'm a pretty cool guy, you know. I do a lot of cool stuff for this town.
Pretty big deal.
Pretty
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Oh, what have you done?
Trust me, I've done some stuff. Like,
all right.
I don't know if you'd believe me if I told you, but you just take my word for it.
Variax in the background, like making hand motions, like I'm the true mastermind here. I've turned him into a dinosaur multiple times. Like I'm making those hand motions of it ain't him.
Yeah, like it's me.
Okay. Well, it was good talking to you. I'm gonna go hang out with my friend over there.
This is very good. Well, if you ever need a room or a meal, you're free to return.
Okay. Thank you.
And you share your meal together as Alexander leaves town and finds Etri outside. Is Etri just waiting outside? There are like this collection of abandoned homes just outside the city walls. So you could just
well, I would probably be on the stoop of one of them. Yes.
Yeah. So Alexander find Etri there.
Here you go. I got mine to go as well.
Did the rest of them perish on the way here?
We could only hope, but no. They're eating at the tavern.
All right. You know what? Let Ronan enjoy it.
Yeah, he seems a bit. Well, I know this is kind of silly, but he seems more off than normal.
If I'm being completely honest, I think he's more on than normal, which sort of throws him off.
Yeah, I think that fits. So you really want to use this guy against Strahd because you don't think Strahd would pull through on his end of the deal?
I do not. Nor do I wish to really take a gift from that man either. And if this Von Zarovich, Von Richten, I said it right, has any information or a power to do anything about it, I would like that power.
I can understand that, but do you honestly think he would have the ability to get us out of here? Right now, the only person I could see that even has the possibility of doing something like that is Strahd, so killing our only way to get out of here doesn't seem like the best route.
I can't believe that he is the only path out of here. I can't even say that his ability to grant transportation is voluntary, considering how the Vistani came to be.
I just think I don't think it's a good idea to basically try to kill off the only route that we know that even has the smallest possibility to get us out of here.
We'll have to do more research then.
Yeah, until this guy proves that he knows how to get out of here. I really only see Strahd as our only way out.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of only ways out, on my way here, I spotted a couple that looked fairly well off. If we can't get the means to bring Irina back in less than 10 days, she's gone for good. Variac can do it, but we just need to find him the piece that he needs. And we may need to do it by less than comparable ways.
All right. Take a few days. Back up at Kresk. See if we can't find loose materials there. Otherwise, we will come back and we will pilfer the diamonds. Or materials. I don't know if I know. No, I definitely know that it's diamonds. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not particularly fond of the idea. I just want to make that clear, but if it's a last resort, I really do think we should take it.
I understand.
Right. I hope you like porridge. Was it porridge? Or oatmeal?
Porridge and eggs.
I hope you like porridge and eggs, and I will give him the food.
And also, yes, for the first time in a long time, Ronan finds this porridge and eggs to be the most delicious thing he's ever tasted.
Yeah. Man, today is going great. Today is awesome, man.
Do you have things to talk about Ronan and Variac in the tavern?
I do want to talk. So, Variac. You know, we got you that painting supplies. Well, what's your plan now?
Well, I mean, I'm still kind of here to paint. I think at this point I've kind of committed a lot to keeping you alive, so I'm still with that.
Well, I do appreciate that. You have helped me a lot in these past fights. And honestly, because of that, I feel like, you know, me and the other two, we've all been through a lot together, and you know, there are some things that might have put tension between us. I don't really feel that with you. You know?
Oh, I mean,
So,
pretty good.
Yeah, I hope you feel the same way. But, so I want to talk a little bit. I really want to become the sort of leader of this town, you know? And it would be really cool if you could help me with that. I don't know how, but just like support me.
One question.
Yeah.
Say we do this, and you
Mm-hmm.
become the leader of this town. Would you, maybe set me up and get my name out there as a painter?
Absolutely,
Oh
man.
God.
Absolutely. I would like put up sculptures of you. My big manor, I assume I'd have, is it'd be littered with your paintings. And every time anyone comes by, I'd be like, "Oh, this was the painting created by the Great Variac." Yeah, I mean, you could have even the Great before your name, like me. Trust me, if I could become Burgomaster, your name will definitely get out there.
All right, I'm in, and I reach out my hand to shake yours.
Absolutely. I mean, Rhoda grips it with his flimsy grasp, but he tries his best. God damn it!
Hey, it's not as flimsy anymore. You feel good.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not shaking now.
Yeah.
Now, despite me wanting to become Burgomaster, I'm not completely sure how to go about it. So far, I was able to convince the priest in the church to give a little bit of cool stories about me whenever he preaches, but other than that, I feel like I haven't made a lot of progress. I mean, do you have any ideas?
I mean, I'm, really versed in more wilderness politics than I am people politics, but, when you're in the wild, if you want to be the alpha, you have to challenge the other alpha and take him down. And then
So
the rest of the pack respects you.
you think I should murder the Burgomaster? Well, you know what? I mean, either way, the current Burgomaster's gonna need to be gone soon, you know?
I mean, you don't necessarily have to murder him. You could just slap some sense into him and show him that you're the boss, and then,
Got it.
kind of take over.
Yeah, and I sort of get a feeling that the people here already don't like the Burgomaster that much. Although, I guess maybe not. That lady sort of told me that he's pretty important, but maybe I don't know.
Hey, I kind of punch Ronan in the shoulder like a playful punch. I'm like, you're even more important.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that, but I don't know. You think if I get rid of the Burgomaster, the people would accept me? The people don't really know me yet. I haven't done anything super spectacular for them.
You could always go through town and ask them what they need done, and then get that stuff done and be like, hey, look at the guy who's ruling you guys now. He didn't do any of that for you, but Ronan did.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good idea. What if... Wait, great idea. What if, like, we give this lady... but she said not too many people come to this tavern. Anyways...
Let's advertise it.
Exactly! You can put up... Either you could, like, put up a poster of me, which you're a great painter. You could make one, like... You could make one of me that looks spectacular. And that sort of promotes your art a bit. And then you could, like, put up a poll saying what you need done in this village, town, city, shit, whatever this is.
Hamlet?
Anything? Kingdom?
Settlement? It's mostly a size of a town.
Okay, town. We could... Do you want to do that right now? Do you have stuff to paint me?
Yeah, let's get to work.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So Variac sets up the painting supplies in the tavern, and Ronan strikes a pose. Is that the...
Ooh, what do I do? Do I go for like a serious kind of thing, or do I smile?
You know what you
Not.
need? You need to do the oh, it's like the pointing guy from like all the the United States needs you.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah,
Sam.
right, that guy.
I'd
Ronan
become
needs
Uncle
you.
Sam.
Ronan needs you to
Or
vote for
maybe
him.
you need Ronan because they're
Yes, you need Ronan.
the
You just
ones
point to
who...
yourself.
How about I just like do a? I stand up tall and I just like put my thumb to my chest, pointing at me like I'm the one that you should be voting for. Because there's a voting system here, of course.
Obviously, yeah.
Ah,
We find like a piece of fence that no one's using to paint on.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely have put up signs wherever. But are you starting to paint Ronan in the tavern? It'll probably take like a good few hours. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
I
depending
think
on
I
how
think
detailed.
oh my
I
god.
think
I mean, I don't know.
I think I'd maybe ask to go outside for some better lighting.
Of course.
You'll need the better lighting.
No, and also like try to
Alright.
get rid of wrinkles and stuff.
And I paint Ronan to look at least like 20 years younger.
This was supposed to just be breakfast. Now we're here for hours.
Yeah,
painting.
well, that was what
Oh
I was
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like,
They're eating while outside the town, and we're spending like 2-3 hours painting and posing and setting up flyers.
yeah. So as the as Etri and Alexander are outside, just waiting, like, they'll come soon. You know, an hour goes by, no sign of. I guess they did die. As
I swear I left them alive. It's the conversation I'm having with Trias.
Yeah.
I swear they were alive when I left.
But yeah, I mean, if you're painting outside, are you staying in Valaki or joining the group to paint with the group, or is the group split at the moment?
Well,
How do you want to do it?
I'm not completely sure what the other two think about this idea. I talked to Alex about it for sure. I don't remember if I talked to Etri. Alex sort of wanted it to be like a backup plan. Like, he was not for it as our first option, you know?
You know, when you talk like that, it kind of ruins the portrait.
Okay.
There's too much moving.
Such a buzzkill.
And listen, let's just get this done, set up the flyers. I mean, at that point, we've already set up the flyers. Ain't gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Paint, paint, paint.
Mm-hmm. All right, you spent some time painting. How long does Alexander and Etri just chill out by the abandoned houses?
Today could be a chill day, lazy day.
Every day could be.
I mean, as the camera pans back to the stoop where he was sitting, Etri is not running, but examining through the houses.
Okay.
I
Sure.
would go with him.
Okay.
My passive investigation of 19.
Yeah. You look through them. Roll me, let's say, just an investigation check.
That's fine.
Or, yeah, with advantage, or both of you individually.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll with advantage? I have a +9.
You rolled once.
Oh no, you already
I
rolled.
already rolled. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Natural 20.
All right. Okay. All right. Man, I wasn't prepared for a nat 20. Now it has to be something special.
Give me the diamond.
Or we just know very, very well that these abandoned houses have been very pilfered.
You guys start. You guys
True.
with the nat 20. You guys see some flyers posted on the buildings.
Like, wait, what?
You see that in the future there will be flyers here. No, but you can roll me, let's say, 2d100s.
Okay. Bup. Hiya.
All right. So you look through the houses, and they're pretty empty of anything of value. Some broken furniture and cracked jars and other things. You do find in one of the houses a jar with what appears to be this kind of green or like dirty waterish liquid with just this collection of what appear to be tongues. And on the table that this jar is on, there is also resting a bloody hood with the blood having dried.
Oh, this is odd.
Well, that's about what I expected. I mean, this is nothing like what I expected, but in general. Where are they?
You want me to go inside and find them?
If you can find their bodies, sure.
I mean, I expect to find Ronan's body, but not so much. I'll go. I'll be right back. And
Do you think Ronan drank himself to death?
No, he probably just tripped.
And your goal was to paint Ronan. You have one painting of Ronan in a pose where he's pointing to himself self-importantly.
You don't have a printer press.
We will post the main painting, the main large painting, in front of the tavern, and then I will use my Nalzur's Marvelous Pigments to paint stacks of paper, and then transfer the painting onto these stacks of paper and create flyers.
Transfer it.
That's actually cool.
Transfer it. I'll just repaint them.
Okay, so yeah, I was like, yeah. Do you have a copier?
I use my Nalzur's Marvelous Pigments to paint up a stack of paper.
Sure, yeah.
And then I just, sit back down and take more time, this time drawing smaller versions of the same painting I did. Like, the huge, big painting is going to be in front of this tavern, and then we use the Nalzur's Marvelous Pigments for the paper flyers.
And you're just doing this on the street in front of the tavern.
And as I'm painting, I'm like pointing to Ronan if someone ever passes by, I'm like, he's gonna change your life.
I can summon an unseen servant to start nailing up.
Oh! And then I assume at some point, me and Ronan will like go into the tavern and be like tell the tavern owner, hey, we're gonna post this here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe give him a gold or two.
Sure. Why don't you both then roll me d6s?
Sure. D6.
Okay. All right. You, as you do this painting, you get some people who walk by, and one actually comes up, and this well-dressed man sees you do this painting and looks at what the painting looks like at the moment, and he goes, "That is some skill you have there. Are you a painter for hire, perhaps?"
Well, thank you. I'd love to paint something for you. It's kind of my thing.
Well, I say, well, I would be very interested in your services. Then I would very much like a big mural in my living room space. You see, I intend on impressing a fine young lady, and a beautiful mural where I would be in this position where I am lying on my side, and the hair is
Like one
flying
of your
in the
French
air.
girls.
He says, so I could offer you 100 gold pieces for such a job, if that would be of interest to you.
100? Rowan just gives him wide eyes. Variac.
Is it like the wide eyes of like, yes, take it?
They're wide eyes, my man.
I look back and I look at Ronan and I look back at the man. My first question is this the burgomaster? Or is this just a nobleman?
This is a nobleman.
Okay, I respond to him, yes, I would absolutely love to make this painting for you. As you can see, I'm currently in the middle of work. Do you have time free tonight?
As you're asking this, Alexander returns to the tavern. I would assume.
I would go to the tavern. Last spot I saw him.
Yeah, where you last left the kids, and you see outside Ronan against the wall, I guess, or something, striking a pose, pointing to himself, and Variac painting, talking to this nobleman. It seems they got off to some other things than just breakfast eating.
He's like the Ice King.
The Ice King?
Just standing there in a pose. That's what I imagine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Sure. And as you ask, he says, yes, of course. Tonight would be great. Yes. I will set my living room into an order in which you can view its dimensions. I imagine those kinds of things are necessary for you.
Perfect. And before he gets ready to leave, I grab one of the pieces of paper that I made, and I quickly, I don't have the full drawing set up, but I quickly scribble a rough concept and write Ronan wants you on it, and I hand it to him, and I look at Ronan, I point to the painting, and as I hand it to him, I say, remember, the great Ronan for Burgomaster.
Oh, Jesus.
Get the vote.
Okay. So as Alexander comes in, you hear Variac say, the great Ronan for Burgomaster.
What are you doing?
We're building reputation.
We're leaving. That's what we're doing.
Well, Variac, I mean, you could paint while we're on the road, right? And then when we come back, you know.
We've got a journey ahead of us. What are you doing? Is his unseen servant like putting up signs? Because I imagine if he was, I may have passed one of the signs getting put up and just been like, the fuck is this?
Yeah, I mean, if there were enough posters to
Well,
be put
yeah,
up.
I don't know, because, I mean, how long does the main poster take to paint? I imagine that takes like a while. So I could see that you have the goal of doing all of these small posters, but the main poster is mostly finished at the moment, as Alexander and Etri got fed up with. Or I guess the main poster might be done, and the unseen servant is currently hammering it to the wall of the tavern, and Variak is like working on the first of the other smaller posters. So you can see that yes, something invisible is currently hammering a poster of Ronan next to Ronan on the wall.
And just to describe it, it is a large, it is like Uncle Sam, but it looks like Ronan, but like 20 years younger, and it says Ronan wants you in big old letters underneath it, with him pointing and casting off like a spell.
Oh, I have like electricity around my fingers or something.
Yeah, or like fire.
Fire. Why electricity? Fire. Jesus, yeah.
Where have you been? Have you been?
My entire thing, and I say electricity.
Yeah, what?
What? What am I doing?
But that's what the big painting looks like a 20-year younger Ronan pointing with some sparks coming off his finger and says Ronan wants you.
I
It's
suppose
okay. You're just riding the high from getting over your addiction. You slip of the tongue.
I suppose. What would painter's supplies be? Would it just be the dexterity based? I think so. So why don't you actually roll dexterity with your proficiency added, so
Cool.
+5, to see how well this painting is made with your image of how well it would be.
30 proficiency. Let's see. If it comes out bad, I'm gonna laugh.
Please, no.
Please come out bad.
Please don't come out
Okay, all right.
Oh, it comes out amazing.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, that's it is indeed what Variag wants it to be.
That's why that guy is offering me money.
Yes. Oh yeah. Actually, it would have been hilarious if he did when it's really bad.
He did a horrible job, and he was
But
like,
he really likes abstract art.
Opinion-based. It's opinion-based.
Abstract.
Yeah, he's like,
If it was bad, if it was a low roll, it's abstract.
He says like, I especially enjoy the fact that one of the eyes is way bigger than the other.
that's my favorite.
No, but you, as you say, vote for Ronan for Burgomaster. This nobleman gets a puzzled look on his face and says, "For Wallaki? Baron Vargas Valakovich would not be looking kind to such a claim."
We're starting a campaign. How about this? I'll reduce the cost of the painting you want to 50 gold, and you maybe spread the word of Ronan the Great around town?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Can I help by like giving a really convincing?
I was gonna say, can I get an advantage because I'm lowering the cost?
Sure, yeah, I would actually, yeah, that's a good, yeah. Alex is just.
All right. Well, I got a +0 to this. So let's see how this goes.
All right,
Could either go good or bad.
+5. Usually, I think advantage is on average. Oh, all right. There you go.
Oh, hey.
He looks at you and says, "It's a very interesting idea. I would, though, be careful if the Baron hears of this. Isaac will not be kind to those who oppose the Baron.
You don't need to necessarily spread the word of the campaign, but if you spread the word of the great Ronan, and that he is offering his aid to anyone in need, get the name out there. I'll reduce the cost of the painting to 50 gold, and that would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
I will spread the word, and do tell, what kind of services are you providing?
You feel like
Ronan,
something's haunting
what
your
kind of
house?
services are you providing? You hear a shout, and Alex is standing there with his arms crossed.
Listen, we're building reputation. Let's say you feel like your house is haunted. We can come check it out for you. Or maybe you don't really like this other dude. We can sort of make that other dude take it down a notch, I guess I'll say. You know.
Without
also
committing
helping-
a crime, of course.
Without committing a crime.
Of course,
No,
we're also
just-
helping with smaller things. If you have a leaky roof, we can help.
That's true. Yeah. If you need to find your cat, we can do that.
Is that your?
Anything.
That all sounds like a what's that? Like your. If you need to find your cat, we can do that.
Yeah, our services are basically, hey, if there's any inconvenience to the people in Vlaki, we're here to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then if I ever do become burgomaster, I can make like everything in the town be general, like nicer roads, stuff like that.
Yes. I am intrigued by all of this. Well, you are a fascinating group, I must say. You just have to go down this road, and the third building on the left, I'm not very far away from here, you will find me, and you can come there in the evening for our arranged painting of the mural. And I will make sure to spread the word of your helping hand around town.
We may not be. How long is the travel from? Because we're going back to the church.
To the church on the other side of town? Or you mean to
No.
Kresk?
We're going to Kresk.
We are?
Yeah, to the Abbey.
Yeah, we're going to the Abbey.
Wait, why? Why? I've maybe forgot about this.
You forgot about Irina.
Is Irina at the Abbey?
Irina's
Irina's dead.
Wait!
Irina's dead!
This was our
Oh my
idea
God.
to get her back.
She doesn't
because we
even
think
matter to you.
I've been preoccupied. I'm preoccupied.
Running a political campaign, dang it.
It takes most of a day to go to Kresk. Like 6 hours
have
or
10.
so.
We can postpone the session.
we actually have a prearranged meeting, sir. So it's at no fault of their own. They've been working very hard to make sure the town of Valaki is safe and secure as we've been providing recon outside to ensure the security. However, we do need to postpone said meeting, despite the fact that my colleague here does a fantastic job in his paintings, as you have seen for the display thus far. If you would give us a window between tonight and 3 days from now, we would greatly appreciate it.
Well, how far is Kresk?
About a day's journey, and then to complete what we need to do in days back. If we give between, tonight to about 3 days from now, that gives us flexibility to get there, complete what we need to do, and come back to paint this beautiful man his loving portrait to show off to his potential bride.
Sammy, in terms of actual in-game time, how far away is Kresk?
It's almost a day's journey, about 6 hours of travel.
About 6 hours of travel?
And you typically travel for 8 hours a day.
Okay, so 6 hours to get there from Valaki?
Yeah.
Alright, I look at Alexander and I say, I can knock out this painting tonight and get to Kresk, no problem. I can turn into a bird, you know that, right?
I do know that, and while I appreciate your enthusiasm, you have also dedicated your time to our lovely, great Ronin here that we have also sworn to protect. So, for you not to travel with him as his main protector, I don't know if he would truly be safe without you.
I look at Ronan. I'm like, Ronan, you'd be safe without me for a few hours?
I think I'd be fine.
I look at Ronan, my face just drops ever so slightly, and I say, "Are you sure?"
Oh, I don't like that face. Alex will be fine if he does this. It's necessary. We need this.
We also need to bring a dead woman back. And this is the only guy who can do it.
Okay, Variac, maybe you should come with us. I don't think Alex is appreciating this.
I just sigh and look at the guy and say, I can still make it back. I can still go to Kresk, do what we need, and then come back. Do you have time tomorrow?
And just to clarify, what are you going to do at the Abbey? The angel is dead.
We killed the Abbey.
Yeah, theoretically, because the angel could resurrect, the materials might be there. So it's just like our first line of material defense.
Yeah, trying to find the diamond there, right?
Without stealing it.
Yeah. I guess everyone can roll me a religion check.
I think I'm pretty good at those. Wow, I'm very good at those.
We are all very good at those.
Oh yeah. So because I don't want you to do a big trip and then be disappointed. You would know now that he's an angel, that angels have an innate ability to resurrect. Meaning that he might have diamonds. That you do not know necessarily. I guess you could do a search, but you do know that he does not need diamonds to resurrect.
There's also the trainee he had. She's still there.
Yeah, you did meet Esmeralda, who was there as a visitor. So sure. But just to clarify that. But you ask, and he says, tomorrow will be fine, and if you need an extra day, that is also fine. And then he says, what does he say? Here we go. He says, the name is Valentine. Valentine Krikski. Pleasure to meet you. What was your name? Saying to Variak.
I am Variak Melukatho. You can call me Variak. And he, as I've already said multiple times, he's the Great Ronin. Or Ronin the Great, yada yada yada.
I'll spread the word of Ronan the Great and the great painter Variak Malukato. Pleasure meeting you. And then he bows and heads off.
The second he's out of sight, I turn to Ronan with an excitement on my face, and I grab his shoulders with my hands. I'm like, "We have work to do.
Got a job." Okay, listen, Barry, we can't mess this up, man. We can do this.
We got this, me and you.
We got this.
You think that guy's got a lot of money?
Yeah, he offered
You
us
think that-
100 gold just right off the bat.
You think that guy's got some diamonds?
Yeah, that's why we gotta go to his house.
I'm not robbing a client.
That's fine. I'm robbing your client. I bet he has a library too.
So, you saying we're gonna do this?
Nope. Let's go. And I turn around and start walking towards the exit town.
I look back at Ronan as Alexander walks away, and I say, "He is not affiliated with us. He's not affiliated with the works and good deeds of the Great Ronan and Variak the painter. We don't rob clients, especially when they're trying to get a word out."
Absolutely not. But sadly, I think we do need to follow them. Because, you know, yeah, a pretty important person did die. We should try to save her.
As we're walking out, I ask Ronan to use his unseen servant to begin nailing up some of the flyers as we're walking out of town.
Yeah.
All right. You walk out of town. You see some flyers announcing the next festival in town. Do you put the flyers in near proximity over or just somewhere else?
I think we should put them like next to the festival, because then we advertise the Great Ronin is offering help, help for the festival.
Yeah.
Dude, it's good advertisement.
All right.
Yeah.
We don't put it over the festival ones, but we put them near him.
I think. Yeah, I mean, as long as it doesn't say anything about me becoming Burgomaster, I think we're good.
Yeah, what was it? Just you need.
It was just
me.
Ronan needs you, or you need Ronan, or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically a call for, hey, if you need someone to help you, go to Ronan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just that.
All right. You head off, and I just the next festival is called Festival of the Hallowed Eve Harvest. And you nail the poster next to it, and then continue out of town, and you all find yourselves once again united as a group on the outskirts of town.
As soon as Etri is in earshot, I tell him everything. I just start blabbing.
Well, okay.
So we're going to Kresk. We traveling together? How are we doing this? I could take one of you there right now.
And now we have to come back in a certain amount of time, so that way this guy can paint some rich asshole. And that is the end of my sentence.
There could be a diamond involved.
Is he going to pay with said diamond?
No.
Hmm.
He also may have a library.
My question still stands. Traveling together, or me and one of you can get to Kresk, like, meet you there.
Well, wait, hold on. If you could get one of us there really quickly.
I mean, it'll take travel, but we won't take
lot.
roads.
I mean, why don't you and someone else just go there and then sort of scout it out, and so we can see if we can get a diamond or not quicker? Do we all need to be there?
No, we don't all need to be there.
I mean, we already killed
Clearly,
like, all...
splitting up is not a great idea.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Ronan reinvigorated with new confidence. 8 extra hit points and all.
Hey, those 8 extra hit points? It almost got me to 30 HP.
Wow.
Almost.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting pretty beefy, guys.
Variac here with 74.
Yeah, I have a lot more health than you do.
2.5 times almost.
It's better if we go as a group. Safety in numbers. Traveling or otherwise.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Alright. Do you take a quick trip to the Vistani camp, or do you skip that? Where you know
I'd
there's
like
a
to.
Fletcher.
At some point, I'd like to.
Sure. As you leave and head west, you soon hear the music from the Vistani camp to your left. Do you continue forward or head there?
I don't know.
Well, we'd be
Do we
able
want-
to.
I
I got my thing sold, so I forget why we would be going there.
There's a Fletcher there.
What the hell is a Fletcher?
What's a Fletcher?
Arrows.
Make arrows.
Make
Arrows.
Yeah.
Okay. Arrow boy. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get there. I think that would be a good idea.
Them
I can
8
show you my quiver or roll or whatever with 5 little bolts still in there.
I hand you the 17 bolts that I have for the heavy crossbow.
Good for you.
Yeah, because it's not explicitly detailed. I suppose heavy crossbow and medium crossbow could have the same ammunition, though I wouldn't. A hand
But
crossbow.
hand crossbow.
Oh, you do have a hand crossbow.
Yeah.
I would say
Yep.
heavy and hand do not have the same ammo.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I tried.
So yeah, if you wish to, you can take a quick trip to the Vistani camp.
I think that's a good idea.
Vistani.
Etri's one of our biggest damage dealers. He needs that.
Vistani.
Okay, so you all decide you wish to go.
Do we all
Yeah.
decide that we wish to go?
Any objections?
No objections?
I mean, I guess not. I could spend the day just flying directly to Kresk, but if we're making a pit stop.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can hear the music from the Vistani camp, so it is only several hundred feet off the road. So you take a quick trip through the forest on this small dirt road and come into the opening and the this is no longer in the same folder, which means that it's a very gray picture. Hold on. There we go. There we go. And you can hear the music coming from this hill where you see the hovels that are on the sides of the hill and the circle of wagons at the top with the large tent at the center. And as you approach, you can see that outside of the closest hovel are two elves in leather armor guarding the entrance. And you were told that the Dusk Elves were the ones who had the Fletcher, if you approach them.
Right. As we do approach them,
Mm-hmm.
I do give like a nod to them.
You get a
And,
nod back.
Excuse me, would you mind pointing in the direction of the Fletcher in this settlement?
He says, here you are. And he gestures to the door of that building. Selagal is inside.
Selagal. Alright.
And as you enter this building, you see this elf. Always hard to tell the age of these creatures, ageless beings. But he's currently at work with a bow that he's putting a string to as you enter, and he notices you come in and kind of gives a shy smile and says, hello, how can I be of assistance?
You may be of assistance in that I am looking to purchase or barter or trade for a few bolts that would fit my hand crossbow here.
He looks at it and says, yes, of course. I have some. And he puts the bow down and looks around and says, yes, there. How many do you need? I think I've got 30.
Well, in order to fill up my role here, I would only need about half of those, about 15.
All right. And he picks out 15 of them and says, here you go.
Thank you.
For right. As I...
And how much might I be compensating you?
He says, a gold piece?
I can do that. And I will dig around and pull out a gold piece.
And with that, he says, anything else? Is that all you needed?
Just a warm meeting, and you seem like a lovely fellow.
Kind of looks to the side like, well, thank you. Well, pleasure doing business with you then.
Yes. Hopefully I shall remain alive long enough to require more from you.
Yeah, I'll keep a stock.
I appreciate it. I'll give a nod and I will head out of the little building.
All right. Yeah, and back with the group. What do you wish to do? Head to Kresk?
You know what? Hold on. Alright. Alex, you said that there were other rich individuals that you seem to find.
I mean, quick glance showed me a couple, yeah.
As much as I would love to ruin their enterprise, it is money making, and having it go sour would put a target on the back of our heads. It is possible that if the two of them are willing to take their business to that man, we might find a different house of esteem and try to find anything there instead.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm getting this straight. We don't want to go back to Kresk. We want to go back into town. So Variac can paint a portrait of a rich guy who's most likely going to be naked or half naked during this painting. And you're telling me that we want to try to barter with him to get a diamond worth 500 gold so we can bring Irina back.
First of all, his comfort levels for both the painter and paintee are none of my concern. And second, I'm saying that we should acquire diamonds from this rich man's friends instead. I still think that we should attempt Kresk, but given there are no materials there in the abbey. I don't know. I'm not really sure about anything right now.
My concern about this is I don't mind going unconventional means to secure what we need. But if Ronan wants this entire thing to go through, and I kind of look over at Ronan and then look back at Etri, robbing the townsfolk is not going to look good for him.
That is why I am saying that while they are doing their business with one highly esteemed individual, an act of crime may be enacted on another, not linked together.
Unless we get caught.
Of course.
Alright, I guess we're heading back to Vlaki.
Yeah.
Alright. So you take your things.
Alright. Get ready to kicked out of a second town.
Out of the town a second time. It's the same
The
town.
second time, yeah.
Because it's not a different town.
Yep.
Alright. So
It's fine, man.
you leave and come to the outside of Vallaki once more. And you the guards are the same that saw you just a moment ago, so you're let in without any issue. And what do you want to do? The day is yours.
We still have some work here to do, so I think I suggest me and Ronan go post more flyers. We still have about a full stack.
Yeah, or paint more flyers as well. You didn't paint too many.
Alright, you two. All you're doing is the flyers, okay?
Yes, that's it.
You're not going to tear down anything or slander anyone.
Yes.
Okay. Alex, I think we should try to find a good target during the day.
Okay.
Unless you're against this.
This was my idea.
Alright.
Okay. So
I'd like to phase into the alleyway shadows and I guess the north-ish side, yeah, the north-ish side is where we like burned down that one house, so I think the higher class area is on that north side.
Sure. You could assume that. So you wanna be shadowy in alleyways on the northern side of town, with Alexander trying to find people to rob.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
A noble cause.
A noble
cause.
Whilst
I'm
Variac is painting more drawings of Ronan in a pose and putting them up. Okay, well, I suppose everyone can roll me d6s then.
Ooh.
You have turned Chris Strahd into a political campaign.
It's
I mean,
always been
Well,
political.
Vallaki is pretty political, so I guess you have found the city with a lot of politics and made your own on top of it.
We're creating our own party.
Yeah. Okay.
Ronin party.
We've made a political party.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's some interesting stuff there. I guess let's start off. I guess I'll just do. 1 is Variac and Ronan. 2 is Alexander and Etri. Okay, Alexander and Etri. You go up to the northern side of town, and I suppose both of you can roll stealth checks to see how well you hide.
I certainly will.
I guess what is
to
Alexander
Alex if he would
doing?
like to.
Yeah, what is how is Alexander approaching this?
oh jeez.
I thought that was a 19.
Oh.
I suppose if we found like a pretty busy area, what I would do is I would find either like a outdoor seating or a bench or something like that, and I'd pull out a book and just slowly start skimming through it, but I'm not actually paying attention.
Okay.
I'm paying attention to everybody else who's around me.
Okay, so I wonder if that's performance or deception. I think I could see arguments for both.
I would like to make a case for deception.
Sure.
But I will take either one.
You're deceiving your true intention. And what are you not the Tome of Strahd?
No.
Like
No. I am reading. Hold on, I have it in my notes.
A gray mist surrounds Alex, and he is gone.
I am reading. I'm actually reading. My first edition poetry and stories book that I got.
Cool. All right. And skill checks can't crit succeed, nor can they crit fail. So in this case, it's a 12 and a 19, which the average person has a lower perception than a 12. So even with a nat 1, you're still pretty good at hiding. So
Alexander sees you, just like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, you do. But you find a spot where you're being trying to blend in, and you see two people, a couple, come up to one of the larger estates, and as they're about to walk in, the woman kind of notices as Etri is in the alley, just looks in your direction and gets a bit of a confused look on her face, and then says something to the man. Yeah, it must have been the wind. What do you do when it seems like they notice you? Or the woman looks in your direction, but it seems they see some movement in there as well, at least.
I would like to, as soon as she looks away for any reason, to like.
Yeah, she looks back to the man and says something.
In that moment, I would like to, like, just behind a corner, just somewhere completely out of sight.
Okay.
Make her. I'm gaslighting her.
Okay. All right.
Gaslighting her senses, at least.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. And Alexander has taken note of this, and you can see the woman kind of point where Etri is, and the man just shakes his head, and then he starts walking toward the building again. And what do you want to do? Wait for them to go in, or stop them, or you have now found someone who seems of higher estate and have come into a large building that may or may not have diamonds in it.
Did they have jewelry, like visible jewelry on them? That's what I need to know.
You did see jewelry, yes.
Okay, yeah, as long as it's big, flashy jewelry, like that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you can see the woman had some precious necklace and earrings.
Can I?
You can see rings as well on both.
Can I send a message to Etri?
That depends. Through the sending spell, of course. Yeah, that's possible.
Etri, when you're out with the rich people. Could you see if you could find a metal and stone ornate lockbox? Thank you.
With 400 gold pieces.
With 400 gold value. And that's my message.
And you are able to respond if you wish to. And also the name of that customer of yours was none other.
It's like a Valentino.
Yeah, I just want to write it down.
Sounds like such
I
a
remember.
mafia name.
His name was Valentin Krikski.
Can I get that in spelling?
Valentin Krikski. Like so.
Thank you. It's only session 50, but I've decided to take notes on Google Docs.
I mean, you sound like me as a player. I'm really bad at notes.
Unlike me as a student.
Oh yeah,
True.
I could also
Um,
identify with that.
Ronan just hears back. Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Yeah, you have successfully found your target, and it seems that they are not. One of them saw you, but then didn't pursue it. And I guess you can contemplate your thing while Variac paints some further paintings. I guess Ronan doesn't have to pose for them because you can just paint what you've got on the other painting, or are you having Ronan pose again?
No, I'm copying from the previous paintings, and whenever I finish one, I like hand it over to Ronan or his unseen servant. I'm like, all right, here's one, go pin it. All right, here's one, go pin it. All right, here's one.
Is Ronan suggesting different poses, or no? I'm just spitballing.
I mean, I guess I could. What other pose would I do?
I mean, we have the Uncle Sam, we need you.
We got Uncle Sam. We need you. We got the thumbs to me.
What if I paint the four heads of Ronan, like the four heads of Rushmore? It's just your face with different poses. Like one has your hand under your chin. Different expressions.
Sure,
four
man.
heads of Ronan.
We can do a lot with this.
They'll just think Hydra or something because Mount Rushmore doesn't exist.
You could do the Barack Obama's Hope, but have it be Ronan. Or Change. Was it Change? Change.
I'm not sure.
I think it was Hope.
Hope? You mean like hands out or hands crossed?
No.
That's
I'll have to find it. Because I think that this would be a good one too.
This is the important details of D&D. We need to know how Ronan is posing.
How one poses.
How one poses to become burgomaster. But
Spread the word that
only secretly and really just spreading the word of being a helpful hand.
that's how we get out there, man.
Your friendly neighborhood old man.
Ronan. Your friendly neighborhood old man. Friendly neighborhood old man and the giant Goliath who can do all the hard work.
Oh yeah.
It's this, but it says help instead of hope.
But it says help. It's like
Help.
This old man needs your help.
Please help this old man whenever you see him.
Yeah, he's senile. He probably is lost.
If found, please return to Variac.
Yeah.
If found, please return to the only Goliath in Barovia.
Yes. So anyway, you're painting Ronan in several other poses.
I'm still a fan of the 4 heads of Ronan.
4 heads of Ronan, sure. You've got that with different expressions. A happy Ronan, maybe a confused Ronan, or contemplative Ronan.
Yeah, contemplative Ronan, happy Ronan, determined Ronan, and then serious Ronan.
Oh yes, those are good four good options.
Couldn't forget serious Ronan.
We need serious Ronan.
You need-
but we also need happy Ronan to counterbalance serious Ronan.
Yeah.
Which is why serious Ronan and happy Ronan are on either end of the 4 heads of Ronan.
As you're painting, you've painted happy and contemplative, and you're painting a serious Ronan. You see as a couple of guards come down the road and say to you, "What is going on over here? What is this?" Gesturing to your painting and Ronan's posing.
We're looking for work. We're offering help.
What kind of business are you proposing to do in Vallaki?
Anything if people need help, like finding someone, or maybe they want to fix up their house from a leaky roof. Any kind of work.
People can help themselves with mundane problems, and the town guard are here to serve to protect and make sure that everything is running smoothly. Please stop with this nonsense of yours.
Well, sir, we need to make a living somehow. How are we
Find
supposed
something. Perhaps you could find some charitable work at the orphanage or something. But this is not something that is acceptable in Vallaki.
Well, mister, I mean, do you have any problems that you might be too annoyed to take care of?
That is none of your business.
Well, it's my job. Of course it's my business.
You don't have
I
to
can
go
help you
rooting
out.
into people's affairs. Now, just put this down and stop with your nonsense. This is not acceptable.
Well, I've been hired by him to paint, and this is my professional job. We can move inside if you like, but this is my job. I've been hired by a noble here in the town to do some painting, if you'd like to bring it up with them. I'm just the worker.
Roll me a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage.
Well, let's see.
Okay. This guard on a power trip looks at your painting and says, "You can go wherever you wish, but I will be confiscating whatever that is."
I just look at Ronan and I mouth to him, "More exposure."
I have seen your drawings around town, and this is no place to put such drawings in. To next to the posters for the festival. Nonetheless, that is disgrace in town.
You know, we're just offering help for the festival.
The festival is already arranged by the townsfolk.
Sir, how is someone supposed to grow their business if they can't get the word around?
I would suggest that you take your business elsewhere. This is no place for such inappropriate business.
Inappropriate? It's a poster for general services. It's a very legitimate business. Go ask your burgomaster.
I'm certain that Baron Vargas Valakovic will not approve of such things, and from now on you will refer to him as Baron and not Burgomaster.
I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him.
Okay.
God damn it.
Sure. Yeah.
It's
Let's see. Charm person.
DC 15.
Yeah. I'll say make a sleight of hand check, because there is the other guard, to see how well the other person just sees you cast a spell.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on, let me see. It has... Okay.
Verbal and somatic, yeah. So he makes a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
18.
But he doesn't know if he succeeds or not.
Both of them see you cast the spell. And then he's not affected by it. He says, your legitimate business is not going to see the light of day. Now follow me to the stocks, both of you. And the two guards try to grab onto you and start pulling you
Just
toward...
here to pain. Before they begin taking us,
Yeah.
Before we do this,
I want to kind of just walk up to Ronan
Uh-huh.
and I grab him by the hand and I transform into a giant eagle and take off.
Okay, alright.
And I like to imagine, because I grabbed him with my hand, he is now in my claw.
Yeah, sure, that's fine, yeah. Okay, you turn into a giant eagle, and I'll say for the sake of it, they don't have enough time as you surprise them by turning into a freaking eagle, into an enormous eagle. Also, you grab onto Ronan and fly, and you just hear them yell from behind you, "Hey! Stop over there! What just happened?"
What just happened?
And you take off. Where are you flying?
Ronan's confused. He's like, "Where's going in?
What is this?
What is this? Why do the things?"
Let's see. I will fly and take down a little outside the road, like outside Valaki, and then when I land, I'm staying in giant eagle form, but I land and I drop Ronan, and I just give him an eagle look, like, what now?
You see the eagle shrug.
Well, I'm not completely sure if we needed the guards on our side anyways. Did we? We need the people on our side. And if the people don't like the guards, we could be like against the law for the greater good. You know? Mr. Eagle who can't talk.
I can at least understand you.
You can, yeah.
We'll just keep on putting up the flyers. Maybe we can get some... Maybe we get like a cryptid message in there. And we can...
Join the resistance.
Help. Join the great rodent resistance.
I'm gonna use like one of my eagle claws to begin like drawing out a message.
Mm-hmm.
And I draw out like I'm gonna fly back in. I draw out me flying. I draw out a stick figure. I draw out a painting, and I draw a check mark as if like signifying I'm gonna go back in and do my job.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I stay here? I don't know. What do I do?
Eagle shrug.
Oh, okay, I'll figure something out. I'll go
Wing
talk to
flap.
people.
Take off.
Yeah. I'll draw out another little drawing on the ground that's Ronan, a mouth moving, and like carriages to like signify, hey, talk to anyone entering town.
Yeah. Wait, could you leave me some flyers so I can hand them out to people entering town?
I
think.
Did
Well,
they take flyers?
Yeah, you would be holding the flyers. I would imagine the flyers melded with the eagle form. Yeah. So I'd say you have your stuff on you, but they're inside of the eagle.
Would you, just because it's funny, would you allow me to shake my eagle form and then all of a sudden papers begin falling out of my feathers?
Sure, at the you shake and some papers come out. You have a couple of flyers. The propaganda eagle.
Oh, God.
Oh!
You're just
Ronan, caw!
So yeah, you have several of your paintings, though the Mount Rushmore of Ronan is not finished because they came in the middle of that. You only have a half serious face, and there is no determined face.
We can work on that later.
Yeah.
that's
As Ronan, gets there, I kind of pat him on the head with my eagle claw, and then I take off into the air to get enough altitude so that I'm above any fog or whatever, so that guards can't see me. And from the sky, I will begin flying towards Valentine's house.
Okay. Yeah. As you take off and start to fly higher, you do see that the sky is covered in clouds. But as you come into the clouds above, I actually need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Bad clouds.
As you fly up, you immediately start to feel that you have a hard time going on. It feels almost like just this wave of exhaustion is coming upon you. Though you shake it off, and I imagine you go out of the fog.
Yeah, dive back down a little.
Yeah, and but find yourself back in Valaki. I suppose you can make a stealth check to see how well you can get back without or inconspicuously.
Sure. So I will roll the eagles. Yeah.
Yeah, you have giant eagle constitution.
All right. So.
Or sorry, giant eagle stealth
Yes.
dexterity.
Boom.
Okay, all right. So you land and then turn back into Variac, I imagine, as you hit ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find a safe spot to land and then turn back into myself
Okay.
as I head for the house.
Which house?
Valentine's house to get the nobleman who hired me.
Sure. It is like at this point midday-ish. Or I guess it would be in the afternoon because you have been painting and doing all this stuff and gone to the Vistani camp and so on. But yeah, you can go there before and see if he has time. But it is not evening yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and does Etri and Alexander do anything with the target that you have acquired?
I don't think at the moment.
I don't think so either. I think knowing that this is the people that we've chosen, Alexander would want to wait until they have left.
Mm-hmm.
And then also keeping an eye out for guard rotations and just kind of general time of how long guards traditionally spend in this area.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you see occasional guards, and you start to, I guess, make an investigation check.
Sure.
I'd say that would be fair. Get an idea of
investigation.
All right.
19.
Yeah. You get a good picture of when it would be safe to go. There is some kind of a route these guards walk, a route that it seems there is some kind of a pattern to it. So yeah, you have that. And what is Ronan doing?
So
once outside.
we landed outside of the town, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
would have
be
landed
hanging-
us a ways down the road too.
I'll be hanging out near the gate,
Okay.
like sort of hidden, like behind a tree or something from where the gate is. I don't know. And if
Sure.
any passerbys come by, I'll tell them like I can help them out and tell them my name and stuff.
Okay.
Spread the name around, you know.
All right. Okay. So you're waiting for passers-by. Variac is heading to Mr. Valentine. No, what was that? Was it that? And what is Alexander and Etri doing once you have this target acquired? And are you just waiting for them to leave and then going in? Is that the plan?
Alexander would get up from the spot where he was reading and just kind of casually make his way into the alley and track down Etri.
Mm-hmm.
I'd prefer to wait until they left. If there's a back door area, we can try to enter. One of us could pick the lock and we could go from there. That's kind of my thought. The guards have a basic pattern and route that they run, but I do think entering from the front would be a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
You want to scope out the back, or do you want to wait until after they leave?
I can take a look at the back.
Okay, I will wait here then, and I will just chill in the alleyway.
Okay. Well, I guess Etri, you can just roll me a stealth check as you
Sure.
take a
Final act of the session.
yeah. As you
There
go,
you go.
As you go.
Hell yeah.
mid through the conversation, Alexander just looks and just where. Oh, did he already
Alexander
go?
keeps talking to the shadows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like you hear Etri say, "I can go look at the back," and then your Alexander just continues like, "So anyway, I was reading this book, and it was like actually really interesting about this this story," and then realized that there is no one there to listen. But you take a small walk to the back, inconspicuously seeing that there appears to be a door at the back, as well as a cellar. So a door, just a regular door on the house, and the door on the ground with this hatch.
All right. How about openable windows?
You do see many windows around on the first and second floor. You could possibly, with the correct tools, open one of them.
Okay.
Or any of them. Yeah, they're all possibly openable.
All right. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So you have 4 missions as we go into the next session. Or three groups, 3 missions. Great. Well, all right. I'll
productive.
I'll end the session there. So, thank you for watching. I don't think we had any Russian bots today, so that's unfortunate.
Aww.
But anyway, happy dungeon delving. Say goodbye to YouTube.